stress in our body that's kind of lying underneath the surface. And if you want to go on that journey and start to explore that, you might discover that, at least for me, that has been true. I have realized that this subtle layer of activation in my nervous system of fight and flight. And when we are in that activation, it can be hard to really access the feminine in you, the feminine whose main qualities is about receiving. So when we are a little bit in fight and flight, it's hard to actually receive the beauty and the calm and the healing of the feminine in us. So we will go on a journey of moving slowly, of being aware of the inner body. And I would love to encourage you to, when you move, often when we do yoga, we have a certain rhythm of moving. Like when I lift my arms up, it's in a certain rhythm. So I encourage you to just test to slow it down a little bit, to see what happens if you move a little bit slower. What happens in your body, in your nervous system, in your mind when you slow down, and you will become more aware of the movements that are taking place. So we will start with a body prayer. I'm just going to close the door here because there's so many beautiful birds that are singing, but it's disturbing me a little bit. Okay. So for Marina, you didn't hear that we have a playlist. I'm going to repost it for you if you want to join with music. So let us find the playlist. And if we are ready to put it on. Hi, Angelica, welcome. So if we are ready to start the playlist, let's do 3, 2, 1, and on 1 we start. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. So find a comfortable position. We will sit in a meditative pose for, I would guess, 5 to 10 minutes. And if you get uncomfortable, then just simply lie down or find another pose. So you can gently close your eyes. And if there's any movement that needs to be expressed before you close your eyes, you're welcome to do. If there's a stretch or something that needs to come. So let's just start by taking a few deep breaths and release through your mouth. The first step of landing in your body, connecting with your breath. Letting every exhale be a sigh of release in the beginning. And we are journeying into our bodies, into the depths of the feminine. Just becoming aware where you're sitting now, if you can feel any area of your body that might be tensing. We all have our own places where we tense, where we hold protection. It could be in the jaw, in the neck or the shoulders, in your womb area, the muscles of your lower belly. And also by the opening of your yoni, of your vagina. It's also a place where we tend to hold tension. And just feel that with every exhale, these areas of tension starts to melt. We are starting this class with an invocation, a prayer to Shakti Devi, the sacred feminine essence of this universe, of this earth. The sacred feminine essence within us. A prayer for her to awaken within. She might be lying there dormant inside of you. And as we start to realize the sacredness of this body temple that we are living in, as we start to reclaim our feminine, she will start to awaken within. It all starts with a prayer, the will, the wish. For her to awaken in us. Start by rubbing your palms together. And then you may place them on the top of your eyes, covering your eyes. And the prayer here is, may I see the sacred feminine all around me. May I see it in my sisters, in my mother. May I see it in nature. May I see how she's revealing herself all around me. Let's do it one more time. Rub your hands. This time we place it around our throat, just very gently. May I dare to express myself. May I dare to express my truth, my needs, so that I can live in harmony with the needs of my feminine. Let's rub one more time. This time it lands on our heart space, covering your breasts. May Shakti Devi abide in my heart. May she open my heart to heal. For all the love and compassion to flow within me. To flow into my womb. This intimate, sacred connection between the womb and your heart. And let's do it one last time. Rubbing your palms. And place it very gently on your womb. Your womb, the seat of Shakti. The seat of creativity, self-expression, and all the healing pleasures of the sacred erotic of the feminine. May she, Shakti Devi, awaken my womb. May my womb lead me in life. May she lead my creativity, my decisions. May she awaken my intuition. my sacred feminine. And just gently start to sway side to side and in a circle. And as you are circling your spine, feel that the neck also gets a gentle activation. We will soon come into some more movements. And in your own time, you may find your way over to stand on hands and knees. Just find your way to shift positions. And you're welcome if you need to just stretch your legs a little bit after all the sitting. And the first pose is to sit back into child's pose with your hands in front of you. And then as you inhale and you lift yourself up and you lean a little bit forwards with your hips. And then you exhale and you come back. And remember what we talked about in the beginning. Can you explore slowing down slightly? And as you're moving, I invite you, when you lower down, to sit on your heels in child's pose. Feel how the tailbone is slightly tucking upwards towards the roof. And as you inhale and you come up and you lean forwards, feel how the tailbone is slightly, here is where you are going to tuck. And then when you lower down in child's pose, you are going to tilt. It can be a very minor movement as you come up and you lean forward with the hips and the upper body, slight tuck. And as you sit back, gentle tilt. Going on an intimate journey with your breath. Our nervous system, it often needs some time to shift gears and to slow down and to move into parasympathetic mode. Rest and digest. I would say the feminine mode of our nervous system. You may move up to stand on hands and knees. And if you feel like, you can do a few cats and cows. Open up your spine, and it may move into an intuitive, organic movement. One of the most important keys for me in my yoga practice has been to have the intention of, every time I do a movement, even if I have done it 1,000 times, it's like I am discovering my body, discovering the movement for the first time. Breathing deep inside. And anytime there is some kind of tension building up inside, let yourself release it with the exhale. And you may join me in circling my hips in the shape of number 8. So in this class, we will move our pelvis and release and awaken the energies of our pelvis and womb. And if any one of you are on your first days of bleed, then take it easy and be very gentle in the movements. Letting yourself go on this deep journey into your body. You might feel that your mind is quite active and the thoughts can be somewhere else, thinking about other things. And at the same time, as all the thoughts of the mind is going on, you can still come back, you can still be with your body. And then come to the center. Place your feet into the ground, and on the exhale, stand up into downward facing dog. And it's your choice how the downward facing dog looks like, if it's still, quiet, or if it's happening in movement. If your knees are bending, maybe the hips are swaying. Most importantly in this pose, I find, is to release the back of my neck. So if you were open, if you were staying with open eyes, you would gaze towards your knees. And then let us come down with the knees. And then sitting on your legs. And start by placing your hands on your womb. And in the beginning, when we are holding the womb, you might not feel so much. She might not be expressing, or she might be expressing without you being aware through your mind, through the thoughts that are arising when you touch her. Through your heart, the feelings arising as you touch her. Or you might feel sensations in your physical womb. So from the womb, you can let your palms and your fingertips gently slide up along your body, touching the heart. And then you reach up above your head. And you exhale, you lower the arms around, and you let them meet back at the womb. Let's stay with this flow, and you decide if you want to stay for longer with your womb or if you want to move in a gentle flowing motion. So you are meeting these two important centers of your feminine, the womb and the heart, just gently caressing, inviting them to open up, to express. You can allow the exhale to release out of the mouth. And you might want to invite in sensuality into this movement. And what do we mean by sensuality? We mean being in touch with your senses, and especially the sense of touch, feeling the womb, the touch of the womb, feeling your fingertips as they caress your body, your heart, your breasts as you lift up. And as you open them up around you in space, you can feel space. Such an intimate journey of coming back home to your feminine essence. Intimate and slow. Let's meet our hands by the womb. Breathe deeply into her. Lead your breath down into the lower belly. And you may lean forwards, placing your hands in front of you. And gently find your way back into downward facing dog. Once again, we will transition into a standing pose. So you may stay in downward facing dog for a few breaths, and then in your own time, walk your hands and feet towards each other to come up into a standing pose. So just take your time and do not rush. So for the ones that are standing, start by swaying your hips side to side. And if you are not standing, take all the time you need to come up. And again, we might have moved our hips in these positions, poses so many times. But this time we are on a different journey, a journey of awakening our womb. Start to circle your hips. And just be sure that you have about hip width distance or even more between your feet. We will go through a little series of pelvic movements. And if you feel like, you may even let the arms lift out to the sides and just see what movement comes in your arms. And now we can move into the figure 8 one more time in our hips. And you stay connected to your breath. And then it's this cue about being present in the movement by maybe slowing down 1 or 2%. And as you're moving your hips, there is so much to be discovered. First of all, you can try to change the direction because your hips probably chose the easiest direction. And as you're moving, see if in the movement, so if I'm turning my hips to the right, I can feel the right hip. If I'm turning my hips to the left, I can feel the left hip. I can feel the buttocks engaging. I can feel the core muscles engaging. And I can feel deeper into my womb, into the muscles of my yoni. And you're welcome to bend your knees a little bit more, and you will feel a different part of your pelvis, of your thighs engage. Breathe with me. And slowly stretch the knees and come to silence for a little bit. Place your hands on the womb. Again, breathe into her. And come back to those places in yourself where you know you are holding tension. Release. Release, especially the lower belly, where we have been taught to hold in the belly. Release. Release and be. Be with your womb. We will reverse the circular movement. So this time we start to, I think we say undulate. So a circle down and up. I'm not so good at explaining this right now, but just look at my hips. Bending the knees. And here you will feel a different activation of your womb, of your pelvis. You may feel that as you bend the knees to scoop the pelvis down, you can feel your buttocks activating, and then the front, the lower belly. And to take it a step deeper, try to bring your breath down into the pelvis, into the womb. Change the direction. You might even feel this nourishing movement, loosening your lower back. Allowing your whole body to be loose, all the way up to your neck. You could also explore if this movement feels natural. And so the spine comes into a gentle wave-like movement. And come to the center. Stay in touch with your womb and see if there are any sensations being expressed. If your heart needs to release something, and if there is any tension coming up in your heart or any physical tensions, release through your exhale. We're going to move down to the ground, to lie on the back and find your way to lie down. So let's first start by just lying down in Shavasana for a moment. Allowing your whole body to surrender. And as you are resting, be aware of the thoughts and the emotions expressing. And they may be an expression from your womb, They might carry messages or revelations. We will slowly move into a more restful practice. We'll do one more movement. You may bend the knees. And for now, you can keep your hands on the womb. And as you inhale, and as inhaling, lifting off the ground, exhaling, lower down. And in this pause, in this movement, it's also a new discovery. So previously you might have felt the outer layers of this movement, and the buttocks and the back, the thighs. And this time, let's see if you can go a little bit deeper and deeper into the pelvis. You might feel how the muscles in your womb are contracting, the muscles of the yoni, the walls of the vagina are activating as you inhale and lift up, and then they release completely as you come down. For the last ones we are doing, if it feels good for you, you may stretch the arms up above your head as you open, as you lift up the hips. And then as you lower down, coming back to the womb with the palms. So as you lift up, you really open up the whole body with the arms. And then you come back down. Not only is this movement very nourishing for your spine and your lower back, it also energizes the muscles of your womb, of your yoni, And gradually come back down, place your hands on the womb. And you may keep the legs bent for now, and you could walk the feet a little bit wider and keep the knees wide also to allow your yoni to open. So for those that don't know the word yoni, it's the Sanskrit word of our female genitalia. So the vagina and the vulva. We have learned that we need to hide her by crossing our legs. And naturally she closes down when she can't, when she's not invited to open. So as you're staying in this opened position with your knees and your legs, you might imagine how the breath is being breathed into the outer parts of your yoni. And if you're not feeling very much in your body right now, you might go on a very loving inquiry and ask your womb something like, what are you longing to express right now? How can I meet you? What do you need from me? Let your heart, your loving heart, be the guardian of your womb. The one that holds your womb with so much love, patience, compassion. There is not really any distance between your heart and your womb. They are one and the same. And usually you may feel the breath expanding your lungs and your heart. So start by feeling that now. How the breath expands the heart and the ribs, the diaphragm. And then you move this attention down into your pelvis, as if in the middle of the pelvis your heart was placed. And as you inhale, the whole pelvis expands. The left side, the right side, the front of the pelvis, the back, and the top, and the bottom. Expanding as you inhale, opening up to life, to possibilities. As you exhale, she softens, she releases, she surrenders. Now, in your own time, we will find our way into Shavasana, and you can turn off the music. You can find a comfortable place to rest and cover yourself with a blanket. And just make sure that you are supremely comfortable. It's the one thing that we don't want to compromise when we are resting. So if there's anything you might be missing right now, then go and get it. Especially that you can feel warm, like if you are resting in your own little womb. We will probably rest for about 20 minutes. So when you have found your pose, I can see some of you are still getting ready, so I'll just give it a little bit more time. And especially if you need to go to the loo, make sure that you do that. And for the ones that are waiting, if you want to do a finishing pose, maybe a twist or something, now is the time. Okay. So let us close our eyes. If it's very bright in the room, then you may cover your eyes with something. And feel your attention turning inward. Feel how your body is beginning to relax. You may also give your body a very gentle command, just saying, it's time to let go now. Just for this very short time, you can let go of everything. We will start by chanting a continuous Om together. And as you chant, let the sound come from deep within your belly. When you run out of breath, take another full breath and chant one more time. Let's begin. Inhale. Om. 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 Come into silence. Sense sound dissolving into silence. Merge into that silent space. Enter the deepest state of letting go right now. All tension you might be holding is released through the exhale. Feel a deep sense of expansion, stillness, extending everywhere. If you need to do an adjustment, do so mindfully. Have the intention to stay awake and just letting the voice, my voice, float through your awareness, allowing your body to respond. Shift now from thinking and doing to feeling and being. Do absolutely nothing from now on. Just be and relax. Drop into the deepest state of stillness and peace. Follow my guidance as we begin the relaxation breath. Breathing in deeply, fill your lungs from the bottom to the top, as if you're filling a water bottle. As you breathe out, empty your lungs from the top to the bottom. Let your breath be slow and steady. Observe the movement of your abdomen and chest. Stay connected to the wonderful feeling of release of tension and the deep feeling of relaxation. Let this feeling expand to every part of your body. Let this entire process of breathing be the vehicle of deepening your relaxation. Redirect your full attention to the breath. Create no struggle around breathing. Use the breath to release any tensions. Slowly deepen your inhalation and exhalation. Let the exhale be longer than the inhale. Let the flow of your breath be steady and uniform as much as possible. With each breath out, release any tension held in your body and anticipations in your mind. Let go. With each breath in, fill every nerve and cell with pulsating, healing energy. Let go. Breathing out. Let go of holding anywhere in your body. Let go even more. With the next breath in, visualize your body renewed and revitalized with new life. Empty your body and mind and enter deeper levels of stillness and rest. Now breathe normally and be still. Bring your total attention to the pulsating energy field felt in the form of sensations in your body. Feel all the tension in your mind and tightness in your body melt away. melting and letting go. Let all the tension simply melt, drain away, and dissolve. Follow my guidance as we move through different parts of the body. Let your attention rest on each body part as I name it, without comment or judgment. All 10 toes, both ankles, both knees, pelvis, chest, shoulders, arms, hands, 10 fingers, throat, chin, face, head, back of the head, shoulder blades, upper back, middle back, lower back, buttocks, calves, heels, soles of the feet. Sense the whole body from the top of the head to the tips of the toes. Whole body. Feel the whole body held and contained in vast spaciousness. Feel completely safe and comfortable as you hand yourself over to the power and protection of loving presence, the Great Mother, Shakti Devi, embracing you. holding you, loving you. At this moment, your whole body, your whole being has made a major shift. Establish yourself in total trust and faith that remains free from any need to be in control. Feel the presence of Shakti Ma, the great beloved mother, guiding you, protecting you, blessing you. Now begin to become aware of the rising and falling of your breath. Slowly feel yourself beginning to rise to the surface of awareness. Sense the body resting on the floor. The quality of the air touching your skin. Gradually, you may begin to move your toes, your fingers, maybe bend the knees to hug them. And then turning over to rest on your side. Resting in this healing space, in your own little wound. You may stay here for as long as you want, or you may come up into a seated pose to end the class together. And let's place our hands on the heart. Coming back to our invocation of Shakti Devi, the great beloved mother. May she enter our lives. May she bless every step we take. May we feel her healing energies, her enlivening energies within our body. May we recognize her all around us. Let us chant the peace prayer Om Shanti together. Take a deep inhale. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. It was very beautiful to share with you. I hope to see you again soon. I have a yoga series coming up, a very special yoga series. If you are interested, you can look at my website, afeminineway.com, and let me know if you want to sign up. Have a beautiful day and a beautiful ending of this wonderful festival. I might see you in some of the other classes.
Thank you so much, Jenny. And I want to say too that she's going to teach at Shambhala in April and May, the 29th of April and to the 2nd of May. If you guys want to join in person and get a really beautiful experience.
Yes, that's a women's retreat. It's called Awaken Your Feminine Essence, Embody Your Feminine Essence. So it will be similar to what we did today, but just deeper work. So you're so welcome. Lots of love to you all. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you so much, Jenny.
Nice to have you here, all of you.
Thank you. And the next class is going to be Sharada at 1:30 if you guys want to join.
I'm sure it will be very beautiful.
Okay, I'm going to close the room. Bye, everyone. See you at 6:30.
Bye.